In this video, I'll be showing 3 ways to fishtail braid, plus how to turn one of them into an updo. So to start off with our first braid, we are going to be doing a side fishtail braid. So pulling all of the hair to the side, we're going to part it into 2 sections. And taking a small piece from the outside, we're going to cross it over the center and add it to the other side of the hair. And then we're going to do the same thing, taking an outside section of the opposite side and cross it over and add it to the section of hair on the other side. And we're going to continue doing this all the way down, and that is how you fishtail. So just continuing to cross pieces over onto the opposite side. Once you get all the way to the bottom, you're going to take an elastic hair tie and fasten the end. Now we're going to take this side that's a little bit looser and just secure that with a bobby pin so that it stays in place. Once you've done that, the last thing we're going to do is just take the braid and sort of loosen some of the pieces. So you just stretch it and it gets sort of a looser look to it. And that's it, it's very simple. The next braid I'll be showing you is a French fishtail braid. So it's the same concept as a regular French braid, but this is how to do it as a fishtail. So you take a small section at the top of the head and going straight back, we're just going to take this section and part it into 2 parts. And the same thing when you start out, you're going to take a small piece from the side and cross it over, and then take a small piece from the opposite side and cross that over. And then now what we're going to do is take a piece of hair from the head that's outside of the braid and also a small piece from the outside, and you're going to cross both of those over the center. It's very important that you take both pieces, otherwise this won't turn out right. So you have to take a piece from the scalp and a piece from the existing braid, and you have to cross them both over the center. So you just continue doing this all the way down and until you run out of hair from your head, and then you're just going to finish it off into a regular fishtail. Once you've finished fastening that off, you're just going to stretch the hair by pulling the sides away from each other, giving this a looser look. And you just do that all the way down the braid until it all looks even. And you can pull some of these pieces down looser in the front, and now it's finished. This next braid is going to be the most difficult braid, but once you get the hang of it, it's really not too difficult. What we're doing different here is that we're going to be crossing the pieces underneath, so we're reversing the braid. So you take the outside section and you cross it underneath the hair. So you take the other side and you cross that one underneath as well. And then when we add pieces, we're going to take it from the head and also adding a small piece from the outside section, you cross both underneath. So if you don't take both pieces, this won't work, just the same as the last braid. You have to take a piece from the scalp and a piece from the outside of the braid and cross them both underneath. This is going to make the braid pop out and rest on top of the head. So we're doing this sort of off to the side, and we're going to wrap it around the back of the head. So you just continue doing the same thing all the way across. Once you run out of hair to add, you are just going to finish this off as a regular fishtail. The only difference is that we are continuing to cross the pieces underneath the hair instead of over. So just taking the outside sections, you're crossing them underneath, and then you finish all the way down the braid until you get to the end, and then you will fasten it off with a hair tie. Once we have finished fastening that off, we're just going to stretch this a little bit and sort of pin this top piece so that it's secure to the head. And then taking a mirror, we're just going to put some pins to secure the outside edges of this braid. Since it's popped out, the outside edges are going to be a little bit looser, so we're going to use pins to just make sure that it's secure along the edges. And after doing that, this look will be complete. So this same braid can also be transformed into an updo. All you have to do is take the end and wrap it around the front of your hair, creating a crown, just tucking the loose hairs under. You can pin this in place to create a fishtail crown updo. So as you wrap the braid around the top, you just sort of arrange the hair so that nothing is sticking out. And then taking a bobby pin, we're just going to secure the very end by putting a bobby pin in the opposite direction of the hair growth. And taking a mirror, you can make sure that you have everything secure in the back, taking some large bobby pins and just making sure that everything stays in place. It's very simple.